St. Louis, Missouri. We are home. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And we are here for the first episode of Narradius Aperture. Live from Keynote Toten in St. Louis, Missouri. Hello, everyone. Of course, my name is James Page. I am the Ringmaster, your global hero, and your voice of Narradius. I'm sorry, it's been a while. A little bit rusty, of course, but tonight we have a fantastic card for you. Kayla Shield versus Evie Harris in a World Championship qualifying match. That is our opening content. Then Pride Rules for the Pure title. Emily Gray versus Maya Takeda to crown the first Pure champion. And then Blake Thorne and Ashley Hart in the main event. World Championship Tournament round number 1. Tonight's card promises to be something very special. So without further ado, of course, let's head down to the ring for our opening contest here tonight. And of course, our opening contest here tonight is a round 1 match in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. It will be the Olympic medalist Kayla Shields taking on Evie Harris. Let's go to the ring announcer now for the introductions.
The following is your opening contest for IHF Aperture, and is a first round in the IHF World Heavyweight Championship Tournament scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first from White Bear Lake, Minnesota, weighing at 171 pounds. She is the only Olympic gold medalist in Narradius history, Kayla Shields.
Kayla Shields making the first entrance in the brand new Keynote Toten for Narradius. Of course, there's been a primetime live episode held here already. That being Primetime Live Episode 1, right here on Premiere. But Kayla Shields has a hell of a task ahead of her in the form of the ace, Evie Harris.
And her opponent from Rockland, Ontario, Canada, weighing at 171 pounds, she is the ace, Evie Harris.
Evie Harris, of course, called the Ace for a long time now, that because of her undeniable performances in Narradius. She is a 4-time world champion of other feds. She was NGX's final women's champion right here on Premiere over a year ago. And that is the crux of this world title tournament, is that all 8 competitors are former world champions. Kayla Shields, a former Second City Dojo world champion, one of our amazing partners, of course. You can find the link to the dojo and the rest of our partners in the description below. As Evie Harris and Kayla Shields now seemingly even on the power front. They're about the same height, they're about the same weight. Evie Harris, widely regarded to be one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. Meanwhile, Kayla Shields, one of the most legit competitors in the entire locker room, Olympic gold medalist. We got our first pinfall 1. Only a 1 count though. Kayla Shields winning her gold medal in judo at the 2008 Olympic Games. Or rather, the 2012 Olympic Games, rather. At least I believe that's correct. I don't have... Cara forgot to give me the notes. I'm sorry. But what I do know is that Kayla Shields is pounding away at Evie Harris right now. Kayla Shields, you know, she's giving up a lot of experience to Evie and a lot of championship lineage. She's giving up a lot to Evie Harris here. Evie can go all night. These two wrestled over a year ago, NAWA Aces High. It was our final pay-per-view event. These two went at it. They went to war. And Evie Harris was the winner. As Kayla, I'm not sure what Kayla was going for there, but Evie caught her coming in with the neckbreaker, misses the jumping clothesline. As Kayla Shields out with a big knee. And Kayla Shields now dropping the elbow as well. Shields in complete control of Evie Harris right now. Pop up into the German suplex. Great shot with trying 2. No. As Kayla Shields now, Northern Lights, lifts Evie up into the suplex. That is an impressive feat of strength. The fact that she did to someone as tall as Evie makes it even more difficult. Evie Harris is she has a long competitor, long legs, long limbs. Very lean as well. Is the ace of near team, but Kayla Shields, plenty powerful in her own right. The Olympic medalist of Viking lineage, and the new look for her this year with the braids, the Viking tattoos. She is absolutely a warrior at heart, is Kayla Shields, but so is Evie Harris. Evie Harris, a warrior of a different kind. Evie now just teeing off on Shields into the wheelbarrow. Cover now, 1, 2, no. And Kayla Shields now finds herself on the back foot. Evie Harris now backhands her down. Natural selection from the ace. 1, 2, no. Not quite enough to put Kayla Shields away. And now she's trying to get a choke in, but there's no way you're going to keep Kayla Shields down like that. Kayla Shields too proficient on the ground. You're never going to beat her that way. It would take an exceptional athlete to beat Kayla Shields by submission. And now clothesline ducked him. Now a second clothesline to the back of the head. 1. Only a 1 count if even. Kayla Shields now continuing to beat away at Evie Harris. As now she ducked down into the takedown. Of course, like mentioned before, this is a first round match in the World Championship Tournament. There's that natural selection again from Evie Harris. Now perhaps looking for pouring rain. If they connect, it's over. Backhand ducked. That backhand usually the lead up to the pouring rain now. Olympic slam. Into the cover now. 1, 2. No. Only a 2 count. Off the Olympic slam. Kayla Shields now, I believe, could be looking for the crossface. No, spins her around. Maybe counters her. Into a neck breaker. Evie chasing her halfway across the ring on that neck breaker. Now off the ropes. Shields ducked it. Evie catches her. Backslide driver. Into the pinfall. 1, 2. Nearly gets her off the backslide driver. That is one of the maneuvers that Evie Harris has been practicing a lot in the offseason. Is that backslide driver. Now Kayla Shields rips Evie off the top rope. Shields now going up top herself, waiting for Evie. Now misses a diving sledge there. Then Kayla Shields, Evie moving out of the way now into that neck breaker. Looking to follow it up perhaps with the spear. No, drop kick. That drop kick is signature maneuver of Evie Harris's. It's a setup to a lot of different moves in her arsenal. The pouring rain included. That pouring rain, nobody's kicked out of it yet. And likewise with Kayla Shield, that crossface, nobody's escaped it yet. There's now Evie. Look at the strength of the ace. The stalling superplex. The thick legs of Evie Harris. Giving her plenty of body balance. A good base. With the upper body strength. Speaking of that leg strength, kicked her into a moonsault there too. Not yet. Evie Harris. Not too often does she break out the moonsault of her arsenal, though she's been known to break out a corkscrew moonsault as well. Which is, that's on rare occasions when she sends Kayla Shields now to the outside here on the padded floors of Kino der Toten, the Theater of Death, as Naratia fans have lovingly called it. The original Kino der Toten, of course, under the Second City Dojo in Chicago. This is version 2 here in St. Louis, just outside at Naradia's headquarters and the Premier headquarters. As Shield now sends them back into the ring. Evie, neckbreaker, into the spear. There's that combination. Now, talking about the signature combo of Evie Harris, I think Evie very well can put Kayla here away. There's that backhand into the pouring rain. And this one very much is over. 2-3 Evie Harris advances in the World Title Tournament. A fantastic first match for Niratias. The dawning of a new era. As the grand design continues to be drawn.
Your winner, advancing to the semi-final round of the IHF World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, Evie Harris!
Evie Harris, a well-earned victory there over a very game Kayla Shields. We will find out next week who Evie Harris' first round opponent will be. As the other side of the bracket, we'll see the winner of tonight's main event, Blake Thorne and Ashley Hart, take on the winner of the other match next week. But first, the pure title will be on the line. Maya Takeda and Emily Gray. That coming up next. The Pure Championship is a brand new title, never before introduced to Niratias. And we will be talking more about that once we get back from the ad break. So stay tuned.
Hey, wrestling fans, we're talking with U.S. Heavyweight Wrestling Champion Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream and his new thirst-quenching partner, Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow, Dusty?
Yeah, baby, you know Mellow Yellow's got that fine citrus taste. And ooh, it'll beat that Mountain Dew every time in that taste test match.
There you have it. The new tag team champions, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and great-tasting Mellow Yellow.
Woo, the winning taste. The winning taste.
首先斬開嚿面，之後咧冚口。第三咧就要食滾水，飲越滾越好。係啦，嗱之後咧就要吸 chili 就之後咧就嗨到咧就全身火熱，就可以做 fuck bitches。你想唔想
Wow, the stinger.
Timmy, I'm from the Dream Come True Fantasy Foundation. You ready to wrestle?
You bet. Mom, Dad, it's really him. Hold on. Now I'm ready.
It looks so real.
Don't count on Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst.
Hello everyone, Shannon Carmichael here of Narratius, one of 2 backstage interviewers here, and I am honored to have the first interview guest of the new season. Please welcome one competitor in tonight's main event, the Kiwi King player, Blake Thorne. Now Blake, you are a former NAWA World Champion. In fact, you are the final NAWA World Champion. After years of fighting, you now find yourself in another position to become champion again. You just have to win this tournament. You're wrestling Ashley Hart tonight, so tell me, Blake, what is your game plan for dealing with her? You know, I feel rather disrespected that I have to rerun the gauntlet. I was the final world champion of the former Fed, and I'll tell you right now that Ashley Hart has a lot more to worry about than I do. I don't have worry for her because I know that I'm leaving here world heavyweight champion. Strong words, of course. I'll send it back to you now, James Page. Thank you, Shannon. Of course, strong word there from Blake Thorne, who will be competing in tonight's main event against Ashley Hart for a spot in the semifinal. But up next, of course, is the Pure Rules match for the first ever Narratius Pure Championship. What are Pure Rules? Simple. 15-minute time limit. Each wrestler is given 3 rope breaks that they can utilize to escape pinfalls or submissions. Escaping the ring or throwing your opponent out of the ring is forbidden. 1 violation will give you a warning. Any violations after that will cost you rope breaks.
The following contest is to crown the first ever IHF Pure Champion and is to be contested under Pure Wrestling Rules. Introducing first from Shirakawa, Japan, weighing in at 131 pounds. She is the final Empress, Maya Takeda.
Of course, should you have no rope breaks left, you will be disqualified. The title can change hands on disqualification or count out. Of course, that is Pure Wrestling Rules. This title also has a very unique property to it. If it is defended successfully 3 times in a row, the champion can vacate the title for a junior heavyweight title match at any point in their choosing. If they defend it 5 times in a row, then they can get a world title match. It will be defended every 2 weeks, which very well could be the most difficult part of all of this, is having to defend the title every 2 weeks. That is a violent schedule for what promises to be a violent championship. And Maya Takeda, the final Empress of Japan, in the ring now. Since we have covered the rules of Pure Wrestling, Maya Takeda, a former MMA fighter, I'm sure things like time limits are no mystery to her, as here comes now another MMA fight.
And your opponent, from Brooklyn, Poland, by way of Santa Cruz, California, weighing 135 pounds, she is the tattooed assassin, Emily Gray!
And Emily Gray now on her way to the ring. Emily Gray, she fancies herself a king of tournaments. Though not competing in a tournament, it did attest to her durability. Of course, if they go into the full 15 minutes, there will be a judge's decision at the end of the match. Judging on 3 simple categories. Effectiveness, just how effective a wrestler is with their offense. Control, how well that wrestler controlled the pace of the match in their favor. And overall damage, how much damage they were able to inflict on an opponent. Of course, that judging criteria will be carried over into the Black Mesa whenever that is ready to air. 64 of the best in the world competing in the deserts of Arizona for the ultimate prize, the Airplane Graveyard Championships. That will be coming very soon right here to the Premier Wrestling Network. And you can see Maya Takeda and Emily Gray sizing each other up. You see the clock on the top right. IHF pure title on the line. First of its kind. And what a way to showcase what this title is all about. And these two are just laying it into each other. Maya Takeda now finds herself on the back foot. It's Emily Gray firing up. Now Takeda stomps on the foot of Gray into the knee. Now into a cross arm breaker. Here, armbar by Takeda, perhaps looking for a submission early. Or at the very least looking to hinder the use of Emily Gray's arm. But now Maya Takeda finds itself trapped in a Kimura, but very quickly escaped it, knows the danger of that move. And clearly knew the escape. These two swinging at each other now, Takeda taking advantage. Goes low, grab by the leg, and now into the ankle lock. You know, one hindrance that Emily Gray may have, wrestling bare-legged and barefooted, escaping moves like that can be more difficult. Though it did not pose an issue there. The tiger driver there from Maya Takeda, almost a 2 count. If ultimately remember, rope breaks, you only have 3 each. If Maya Takeda now going off on Emily Gray. And back into that arm breaker. Of Maya Takeda. Emily Gray now fighting off the final Empress of Japan, and a big axe kick right to the top of the head, and now into a heel hook. That is a vicious heel hook that Maya Takeda has on Emily Gray, though Gray punching her way out of it. Maya Takeda have been picking Emily Gray apart. Now the combo stomps on the foot again into the knee. Maya Takeda feeling it now. Perhaps believes that Emily Gray is just moments away from failure here. Gray now standing senton. And a big head kick from Emily Gray. Of course, these two well trained in mixed martial arts. And now into the pin, only a 1 count. Nowhere near enough damage done. To Maya Takeda, Emily Gray perhaps thinking about setting Maya Takeda up for submission impossible. And a variant of what is known in the MMA world as a twister. Backhand leg drop. Leg sweep rather, into the big senton from Emily Gray. Now Gray drops down into a triangle. Needs to try to get her foot behind her knee to tighten its hold, but Takeda fights out of it. As you see Maya Takeda there striking Emily Gray down. With a huge combination of maneuvers, now uppercut, right hand, trips her down. Maya Takeda running a clinic on Emily Gray right now. And now look at the modified version of that armbar she was using earlier. Can Emily Gray escape? With Maya Takeda now. Takeda trying to keep it in, but Gray slipping out. Modified armbar there. As Takeda now had Gray hooked. Gotch style pile driver. Shades of Minoru Suzuki fitting, given the Pure Wrestling rules. Resemble that of Pancrase in the 90s. And now, Katsuyori clutch locked in on Emily Gray. And Gray trying to fight out, no choice but to tap out. And just like that, Maya Takeda is the first IHF Pure Champion. She is 3 defenses away from getting a junior title match if she chooses to take it. A beautiful display of what this title is all about. Anyone who won the Instant title on the springboard is definitely going to have to bring their A game, and they're definitely going to have to get through Maya Takeda.
Your winner by submission and the first ever IHF Pure Champion, Maya Takeda!
Maya Takeda, the first of her kind. IHF Pure Champion, the first. Certainly will not be the last. Up next, though, the main event time. Ashley Hart takes on Blake Thorne. That will be coming up just momentarily right after these commercial breaks. Stay tuned for our main event. World title tournament. Blake Thorne, Ashley Hart, the Coven Goddess, the Kiwi Kingslayer. Stay tuned after this commercial break.
Rated T14.
A TNA game? You want some of this? Bring it.
All the moves, all the wrestlers, all the action that only TNA Impact can provide.
We'll take it. Yeah.
TNA Impact, as seen on Spike. Wrestling so real, you feel pain.
Baby, let me take you where the action's hot. Action, action, fun. We can ride the excitement and feel it rock. Action, action, fun. The action never stops at Action Park.
Looking for a great place for the family this summer? Well, Action Park has 75 of the wildest, wettest family rides in the world just minutes away.
The action never stops at Action Park.
Light as a feather, yet I'm still here, holding together
Hello everyone, Angela Forrester here, the second backstage interviewer here at Naradius. Of course, Shannon Carmichael, you saw her earlier interviewing Blake Thorne. Now I am here with Blake Thorne's main event opponent, that being the Coven Goddess, Ashley Hart. Ashley Hart, you may now come on, we're ready for you here. Ashley, you were Empire's final world champion, and you are a former two-time XWF Women's Champion. You have found yourself in the tournament for the world title. All you have to do is get past Blake Thorne here tonight. However, I know that that's not the only thing on your mind. You also have Haley Rose, your own sister, to be thinking of. Haley has been vengeful towards you for years now. How do you plan on focusing on Blake Thorne? Honestly, Naradius is a fresh start away from Haley Rose. She's been petty for so long, and I never even wanted to fight her in the first place, but she kept putting her nose in my business. So tonight, this isn't just Naradius' new era, this is my new era, and that starts with beating Blake Thorne and advancing in the world title tournament. Strong word there from the Coven Goddess. We will see if she makes good on those promises as she takes on the Kiwi King player Blake Thorne in our main event. Haley Rose clearly out of the mind of Ashley Hart. So James Page, back to you now for the main event. Thank you, Angela. You and Shannon have done a wonderful job here tonight with the backstage interviews. It's been an amazing night so far, and we couldn't be more honored to have you with us and part of the team. It's now main event time. World Championship Tournament Round 1. It's Ashley Hart and Blake Thorne. Of course, we heard the interviews from earlier tonight with Blake Thorne. We just heard from Ashley Hart. There's only one thing left to do now, and that is get to the ring. The time for talking is done. It is now time for the main event.
The following is your main event of the evening. And is a first round match in the IHF World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Spain, New Zealand. Weighing up 141 pounds. She is the Kiwi Ace player.
Blake Thorne, of course, a former world champion. She was the last NAWA world champion. Some would argue she only won it because of a cash-in using Money in the Bank. Blake Thorne would be very quick to disagree with that, though I suppose she would, wouldn't she? But here's someone who has a lot of history with world titles. Empire Final World Champion, Ashley Hart.
From Aperture, Kentucky, weighing in 143 pounds, she is the Coven Goddess, Ashley Hart!
Ashley Hart, of course, like Angela Forrester mentioned in the back, have been haunted by her sister for years now, hoping to have a fresh start here, going head-to-head with Blake Thorne. And these are two competitors that aren't really too familiar with each other. They haven't wrestled each other a whole lot, I don't believe. As Blake Thorne now immediately into a cradle for only a 1 count, if he, not even. Blake Thorne, supremely confident. You know, Ashley Hart had to have her head on a swivel, not just for Haley Rose, but for Talon Visayan and Isla Faust as well. Kai Tangata not too far behind Blake Thorne ever. They did not come out with her tonight. I do know that Takeda has her sights set. They both do on the IHF tag titles. We'll have more on that story developing over the next several weeks as we head towards Storm Warning at the end of the month. The first Naridian pay-per-view event, which will also house the finals for this tournament. The first world champion will be crowned at Storm Warning. Will it be Blake Thorne or will it be Ashley Hart competing there? Perhaps it could be neither of them. Perhaps Evie Harris, the winner of tonight's opening contest, will be the one competing at the finals instead. Only a 1 count. We will know who Ashley Hart or Blake Thorne, as well as Evie Harris, will be competing with next week in the semifinals as round 1 concludes next week as Ruby Skylar takes on Lee Ray, as well as Gary O'Yule, Fanley, and Kim. Those are the final first round matchup taking place next week, as well as an eliminator for the IHF Junior Heavyweight title as the submission Sanguinare, Lorelai Daniel, takes on Kaz Zakaria. In that, of course, the first junior champion will also be crowned at the pay-per-view at Storm Warning. There's plenty of action to go between here and Storm Warning, though, and these two looking to bring enough action to end tonight's show. Blake Thorne and Ashley Hart be going back and forth here while we run down the card for next week. Blake Thorne now into a big power slam. Incredible power slam by Blake Thorne. I know she's been practicing that maneuver for weeks now. I believe that power slam can help lead to the Gamble show. Big forearm there by Blake Thorne. Blake Thorne, notoriously one of the hardest hitters in the radius. You wouldn't think it by looking at her. She isn't necessarily the tallest or the most muscular competitor. That's the second time now that Ashley Hart has given Blake a forearm, not even knocked her down. And Thorne's just completely wrecking her with the forearm. Went for it a couple times, whiffed it. Whiffed the third one. It's a big punch by Blake Thorne. Now Thorne repositioning Ashley Hart to the middle of the ring, into the Lion Salt. Cover now, 1, 2. Not quite enough to put the Coven Goddess away. Now spin kick into the Shining Wizard. Cover now, 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Now Blake Thorne going up top. Thorne is such a dangerous competitor in all aspects of professional wrestling. Now Blake Thorne up to the top rope. Big diving clothesline taking Ashley Hart down. Blake Thorne severely underrated in every aspect of professional wrestling. She's a fantastic striker, a fantastic high flyer, a fantastic submission artist. She truly excels at everything. Many people believe that she is only one opportunity away from making a lengthy run with a world title. Some believe all she lacks is an opportunity. Others, her detractors, would believe that the only thing she lacks is heart. And Blake Thorne certainly has no heart. She certainly has no conscience. She is one of the most violent competitors in Nereteus. And Ashley Hart now taking advantage. 1 count there on Blake Thorne. Hart now striking away at the Kiwi Kingslayer. Now up on the middle rope. Free fall. Splash there from Ashley Hart. Thorne kicked out very quickly again. Blake Thorne not one to take too much time if she doesn't need it. Into the cover now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for the Coven Goddess. Ashley Hart now lining Blake Thorne up. I think we're going for the Angel's Wings there. Thorne escapes it though. Now these two just trading blows. Back and forth. Counter for counter. Thorne now big. Stiff forearm again. To the face of Ashley Hart. Thorne has been throwing those heavy forearm strikes to Ashley all night. And Thorne now whipping Hart out of the ring. Thorne presumably has to be looking for one of her signatures. It's the trio of suicide dives. Thorne with the first suicide dive there. Had trouble feeling out the ropes there to get a decent bounce for that dive. And a big springboard drop kick faked her out that time. Never seen Thorne hit that drop kick like that. Thorne now whipping Hart into the ring apron with a big drop kick by Blake Thorne. Blake Thorne now picking apart Ashley Hart using the guardrail. Thorne and now to break the referee count. Smart move. Showing awareness of the surroundings. Blake Thorne. Hart fighting back now. Big forearm. And another. And a third. Fourth. Teeing off is Ashley Hart. Sending Thorne into the ring now. Up to the top rope. Senton bomb. Big senton there. 1, 2. And a kick out for Blake Thorne. The Kiwi chances are not dead in the water yet. Since running into her, he gets thrown to the ground. A jumping elbow by Ashley Hart. Thorne taking Hart down. Drop kick. Red hand there now sending Hart back out of the ring. Into a suicide dive. And Thorne feeling the rhythm now. Of the repeated suicide dive. There's the second one. I know Thorne will be looking for a third. Hart back up. Thorne now lining it up. Oh, hits it again. Third one. I think Hart was actually intending on countering that one. Thorne came in way too fast for her to do so, though. The axe handle off the apron. And now sending Thorne back into the ring. And wow, wait a minute! Haley Rose assaulting Ashley Hart with a kendo stick on the outside. Really snapped that kendo stick over her sister, back in the pump kick. Haley Rose now feeding Ashley back into the ring. Absolutely disgusting. Come on, not this way now. Blake Thorne. Gamble Shroud. And this one isn't good. It's over. 2, 3. Blake Thorne escaping by the skin of her teeth. Ashley Hart, I had to believe, was closing in on the Angel's wings, winning this match. And because of her sister, Haley Rose, Ashley Hart has lost her shot at the world title. Disgusting.
Your winner and advancing to the semi-final round of the IHF World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, Blake Thorne!
That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. We will see you next Wednesday. Until next time, farewell. Next week on IHF Aperture, 2 more World Championship Tournament Round 1 matches take place as Lee Ray battles Ruby Skyler and Finley and Kim battle Gary O'Neill. Plus, the first IHF Junior Championship Tournament match takes place and Lorelai Daniel battle Kaz Zakaria. This and much more next week on IHF Aperture.